He was just asking the preservation of his life. Haharapin niya ang alleged na mga accusation sa kanya na human trafficking, rape, at ano pa man na lahat na inaakusan ninyo.
Feel na feel ko na tinatap yung cellphone ko for a couple of months na. Kung sino may capability niyan,
Tunay na balita, walang kinakampiyan, sumasalamin sa katotohanan lamang.
pakinggan mo muna yung opening statement, Senator Bongo, before I will let you leave. At saka, go ahead, Senator Bongo. Your,
Salamat,
statement.
Mr. Chair. Let me remind the PNP that in its operational procedures, only necessary and reasonable force should be used to accomplish the task of enforcing the law and maintaining peace and order. The operational manual of the PNP also states that the use of weapons are only in lethal approach and as a last resort if the suspect is armed and dangerous, or if there is unlawful aggression or intention to cause severe injury, serious bodily harm, or death to police officers and other people. At so mga nakarang araw po, may reports pong nakarating na meron po mga naka-deploy na SWAT team, no? PNP SWAT team in full combat gear. Naka-full combat gear sila sa palibot ng central compound ng Kingdom of Jesus Christ sa Davao City. Nagdudulot po ito ng panic. Siyempre, lalong-lalo na po doon sa mga bata, sa mga estudyante, nagkaka-trauma po sila. As Vice Chairman po ng Committee on Public Order, hindi ba ang motto ng PNP is to protect and to serve? Serve who? Yun po ang mga katanungan natin. Kawawa naman.
To scare.
Not to scare po. Alam nyo naman, sir, alam nyo, lahat po yan. Panahon ni dating Pangulong Duterte, full support kami sa police, lalong-lalo na po in line of duty. Ikipagpatayan po kami sa inyo. Isa po sa ating isinulong nun, doblehin, taasan ang sweldo ng ating police, uniform personnel. We work with various executive agencies and the entire Congress na maisakatuparan ng pangakong binitawan. At dahil ako mismo, ako na utusan ni dating Pangulong Duterte noon na ipaglaban po ang uniform personnel natin. At hanggang ngayon, full support naman po kami sa inyo. Mahal na mahal po namin ang Philippine National Police, ang Armed Forces, ang uniform personnel. Ang atin lang po dito, sana po'y maging non-partisan kayo. Gawin nyo lang po ang inyong trabaho. Protektahan ang karapatan ng Pilipino. And every operation should be conducted within the bounds of law. Kawawa naman po yung mga pulis na no choice kundi sumunod lang po sa utos sa taas. Alam ko mas maraming pulis ang professional at magagaling. Alam niyo po yun. Dito lang kami to support the police, pero sana po maging maayos, maging patas at hindi maapektuhan lalong-lalo na yung mga bata. Yung mga bata na natotrauma po kung wala naman sigurong teroristang, hindi naman po siguro terorista ang hinahanap ninyo. Yun lang po. Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair. Pinapalalahanan ko lang, gawin nyo lang po yung tama. Salamat po.
Thank you, Your Honor, Senator Bongo. Alam ko how you love the PNP. Isa ka sa nagsumikap talaga na magiging doble ang sweldo ng PNP noong panahon ni Pangulong Duterte. Kaya maraming salamat. Yung tanong mo kayang issue about yung mga naka-SWAT uniform na nakatayo na parang na-terrorize yung mga tao doon sa malapit sa Kingdom of Jesus Christ. Andito si RD, pero 11, General Torre. Can you enlighten us what happened? Bakit nagkaganon? Maraming SWAT doon na naka-itim at pilit kinakausap ng mga tao, ayaw sumagot. Nakatakot ang mukha, ayaw daw, wala daw nameplate. Hindi daw nagpakilala kung sino sila. So, the more na intimidated ang tao sa presensya ng pulis na gano'n, ayaw malas na kausapin. Dapat friendly sila sa mga kababayan natin pag tinatanong.
Sir,
Yeah, go ahead. You have the floor.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir. I take responsibility for the deployment of those personnel, sir. Actually, sir, hindi yan eksaktong kaharap, sir. Ang mga SWAT na yan, sir, tsaka sa gabi lang, sir, na ginagawa yan. Because, kung titingnan natin, sir, there is a wanted person in the premises of the compound. Nakita natin noong June 10, in attempt nating iserve ang warrant at hindi nga sir napasok talaga sir dahil talagang napakalaki ng resistance. And we're just very conscientious na bawasan lang ang possibility na makatakas sir. So, with the force that we saw last June 10, hindi sir malayo na talagang puwersa rin ang pwedeng gamitin dahil may resources nga naman talaga. In the past few weeks sir, in these past few days, last week, napakaraming lumabas na mga trucks na container vans, buses, na hindi na natin check sir dahil sa kakulangan nating puwersa. So,
Ay,
in the
alam mo, Nick, General Torre, we are not questioning your mandate.
Yes, sir.
Mandato nyo yan.
Yes, sir.
Kahit na masama sa kalooban ng mga kababayan natin na hulihin si Pastor Kibuloy, but meron siyang existing warrant of arrest.
Yes, sir.
And that is your job as law enforcement officer. Gawin talaga nyo yan.
Yes,
Di ba? Ang akin lang, yung matakot yung mga taga Davao na, ano ito? Minarsalo na ang Davao. Alam mo na yung tawag dyan, yung sabi ni Senator Robin Hood Padilla, nagbablogger-bloggeran na kahit anong sinasabi na nilusob na ang Davao ng mga SWAT na nakaitim na walang pangalan, nakatakip ang mukha, ayaw magpakilala, tinatanong ng media kung sino sila, anong ginagawa, ayaw kausapin yung mga tao. Parang na-terrorize ang tao. Alam mo, nung nakita ko Nick, nakita ko yung uniforme nila, tiningnan ko talaga sa media yung sa cellphone yung kanilang patches, yung unit. Nung nakita ko na RMFB-11, gusto ko sabihin sa mga tao na no cause for panic, mga tao natin yan. Mga local police natin yan. Kasi sinasabi nila, RMFB ba talaga yun? Or
Yes,
mga
sir.
galing sa ibang lugar ng police?
RMFB sir galing sa
RMFB-11.
rescue sir.
Kaya nga sabi ko, sana mga kababayan ko sa Davao, huwag kayong magpanik dahil mga tao natin, mga pulis natin yan. Baka mamaya team leader dyan, yung anak ko pa, na si Lieutenant Rack de la Rosa na official lang RMFB. Kaya huwag kayong matakot, pero it is incumbent on your part na dapat bigyan ninyo ng advice yung mga pulis natin na kahit na nag-perform sila na kailang mandato, maintain to be friendly sa mga tao natin. Tinatanong sila ng media, ayaw magsagot. Sir, kuwan lang ito amin, yung police visibility lang ito. Wala ba kaming karapatan duty namin ito na mag-provide ng police visibility. Trabaho namin ito. Pwede naman lang sabihin ganun para huwag matakot ang mga tao, pero hindi nagsasalita. Walang mga nameplate, ang mga mukha naka-cover. Kaya ang tao na intimidate. So dapat you should be there to to normalize the situation. Huwag natin takutin yung tao.
Yes.
Ha?
Sir.
Pacify ka.
Can I qualify some of the things
Yeah,
sir?
go ahead.
Sir, when we say media, sir, sana sir kung mainstream. Pero sa ngayon kasi sir, focus rin talaga sir naman. SM Island naman talaga sir ang gumagawa ng focus dun sir sa ganong situation. So we don't want to fight with the media in general sir, Pero kitang-kita naman natin sir na ang may focus lang sir at may interest lang talaga na hinahanapan ng detail order, hinahanapan ng mission order, hinahanapan pa nga ng lisensya sir ang mga baril namin sir. So SMNI lang naman sir na personnel at yung mga taga-KOJC. And I think sir, it is already out of bounds sa part nila because it is already sir in the public road. At hindi lang naman sila sir ang tina-checkpoint doon. Kitang-kita naman sir, lahat sir may checkpoint tayong lahat ng checkpoint natin sir walang pinipili. Yun lang naman sir.
At this time, sir, pwede
Thank you,
po,
ma'am. Yes.
I have the
Continue.
permission once again
Yeah.
to, of course, the Honorable Chairperson of the Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs, Honorable Senator Bato de la Rosa, Senator Robin Hood Padilla, maraming salamat po at pinagkaloob po itong pagkakataon. And also Senator Christopher Bongo at sa lahat po na nandito ngayon in this room, sa lahat ng NBI, DOJ, Napolcom, DSWD, and of course the PNP, sa CHR, and all those that are here. Indeed, we're so thankful that we were given the chance to air our sentiments. In behalf of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ, let me just say this. As I have read the statement of former President Rodrigo Duterte, June 10 truly is a day of infamy for us. because it is a day that will go down in the history of this country. That day, not only one, not two, not even three, but 4 of our religious compounds, our sacred grounds, our worship places, simultaneously were brutally attacked, assaulted, not by terrorists, but sadly, by the state-ordered or sanctioned law enforcers coming from the Philippine National Police, the CIDG, and the Special Action Force of the PNP, is supposed to be the elite forces that is against terrorism. They were all in full battle gear that day. And it was dawn. Maybe later on we will be showing the footages of what really transpired. At sino ba yung inatake nila? They attacked the religious compounds of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ. And who were there? We were innocent civilians. Yes, there were children. There were mothers. There were grandparents, male and female, because it is our home. Tinitirhan namin yun. It is our compound. We have lived there for almost 40 years. Kaya doon kami nakatira. And as you all know, even some of you have been in our compounds. And if you know us, for 40 years that Pastor has been preaching, we were innocent civilians, disciplined, law-abiding, God-fearing. We are volunteers, missionaries. We have given our lives to serve God and the country. And we have never wronged anyone. We have been upholding the law because that is what our beloved pastor has taught us. And on that day, we'd never expected that a horrifying incident such as that would ever happen. Why? Because they already served warrant of arrest several times. If I may read, they have already served it on April 3 in the central headquarters and in Samal, and April 4 in Prayer Mountain and the Glory Mountain, and April 10 in the central headquarters and the Prayer Mountain, the Glory Mountain, and May 3 in Prayer Mountain and Glory Mountain, and we have always entertained and let them in peacefully. We didn't have any resistance, but kami magre-resist. Yun nga lang ang tanong dito sa committee hearing na ito, sa pagdidinig. Tinatanong natin yung excessive ba yung June 10. Kasi, ang pinuntahan naman nila, religious compounds, hindi naman lair ng mga kriminal. At ang sinong hinahanap nila, para lang din sa lahat, sino bang tinutugis? It was in the guise of issuing a warrant of arrest to our beloved pastor, which we have known at naging buhay na namin for almost 40 years. Kaya yun ang masakit. Kasi alam namin yung katotohanan. Tapos, first of all, we know what the truth is. He is innocent. And Pastor Kibuloy has millions of followers, not only here in the Philippines, but the Kingdom of Jesus Christ, which is a homegrown ministry from Davao City, has reached not only the Philippines, but the whole world. And what is painful with that, is it because he was just falsely accused yet? Is it because he is also the spiritual advisor and the friend of so many, especially the former president, Rodrigo Roa Duterte? PACQ or Pastor Apollo C. Kibuloy is not yet convicted in any court here in the Philippines. Allegations yun lahat. And he has always said it. He is not evading the law. Palagi niyang sinasabi yan. He's not escaping from the law. He was just asking a preservation of his life. Haharapin niya ang alleged na mga accusation sa kanya na human trafficking, rape, at ano pa man na lahat na inaakusan ninyo, which is alam namin na hindi totoo, pero sige na lang. Pero haharapin ni Pastor yan, basta nasa tamang korte. At guaranteed siya na safe ang buhay niya. Hindi siya nag-i-evade ng law, ulitin ko lang po. He's not evading the law because he has always taught us to abide by the law. And so, kailangan lang niya ng self-preservation, kailangan niya i-save yung buhay niya. Huwag lang makialam ang Amerika. Kasi, yung information nga nakakarating sa amin, hindi sila mag-extradition, but extraordinary rendition. Sinabi na yan ni Pastor, huwag lang makialam ang Amerika. I-secure nyo lang yung seguridad ni Pastor. Haharapin niya lahat ng accusations niya sa korte. So ganito ang nangyari. Ilang beses sila nagbigay ng warrant of arrest para sa inosenteng tao at hindi pa convicted. Hindi siya fugitive kasi hindi siya nag-escape sa law. Sorry. Huwag yung tatawagang fugitive yung hindi nag-escape sa law. At pastor siya. Pastor namin siya. Buong buhay namin binigay na namin kay pastor kasi alam namin yung sinusunod namin. And that June 10, I was there. We were there. And never have we felt so brutalized and terrorized on that day. Hindi kami sanay kasi we have lived peacefully. Lahat ng turo ni pastor, pagmamahal, pagsusunod sa batas. Tapos, to our horror, we were about to pray. I was looking at my watch, it's 3:50. The silence of that morning was broken by the siren because that is our only way to inform everyone that we were already under attack. You say we are armed and dangerous. You have your body cams with you. The camera will not lie. The CCTV will not lie. We were there because we were about to pray for our devotional dawning prayer. And that is when, all of a sudden, I just heard all this, the female workers running around. We have to protect our compound. We have to protect our property. It is our home. That is our inheritance given to us by the Almighty Father. And we worked on that by the blood, sweat, and tears of all the kingdom citizens. Yun lang ang pamamahay namin. Yun lang ang lugar namin, kaya pinoproteksyon namin. Binigay yan sa amin ng ating Panginoon Diyos. Pinangunahan ng aming mahal na pastor. Why we are protecting that? Because yun ang iniwan ni pastor sa amin. And we vowed to protect it, no matter what. So yun yung nangyari. So tanong natin, excessive ba yung lulusob ka sa banal na dako na kung walang ginagawa kundi manalangin, magpuri sa Ama, magsisimba, at wala ibang tinuturo kundi pagmamahal sa kapwa, pagsusunod sa batas, at pagmamahal sa Diyos? Excessive ba yung, for the first time in my life, I saw all those PNP personnel who were ready geared for war with all their ammunitions, yung mga baril nila na napakalaki. I did not know what to do, but the children, the women, the mga workers kasama namin sa gate. Later on, Carlo will also relate what happened that day. It only not resulted in a pain so deep that even until now, the pain is there. Hindi man namin sadyain. Alam ko trauma is matagal mag-heal. It's not only pain, trauma, but it also resulted and caused the death of 2 of our members from the Balaan tribes in Kitbog. You also
May namatay?
Opo, dalawa.
Bakit? Anong nangyari?
Because of the trade, na trauma sila, sir, kasi mga Bilaan, for the longest time, napaka-peaceful na po nung sa Sarangani province. E nung madaling araw, sinugod yung bahay nila, mga bahay nila, at pinilit silang palabasin. Yung una, pinagsisipa yung mga door. Madaling araw, sir, halos mga pawid lang yung bahay nila. Tapos, yung yung matanda, may sakit na siya. Kaya medyo nasa labas na lang siya ng bahay. Pinilit talaga siyang palabasin. Labas kayo. Matanda na, sir, kasi may sakit nga. Pinalabas. bedridden siya. Pinalabas talaga, pinilit nila lahat, pati yung matatanda. Pinilit nilang palabasin sa bahay. Sir, hindi po yun sa compound, nasa community po yun, mga bilaan yun. Ancestral domain yon, malapit yung tinutulungan ni Pastor yun.
Right there and then during that activity,
The
namatay?
next day.
The next day.
Hipalabas kasi siya ng madaling araw.
Yung dalawa?
Isa muna, ganito
Isa.
sir. Yung tatay, na bedridden na may sakit, pinalabas, pinilit palabasin, nagpamakaawa. Ginising nila ng mga baril, ng lalaki talaga ng mga arms nila. Pinilit nila lumabas. Yung iba, sabi nila, ang ginaw, madaling araw na sa bundok. Pinilit nila. Yung the day after that, hindi na siya kumain. Ayaw na niya. Tapos palagi niya, ang iniisip niya, baka kunin nila si Pastor. Kasi member na po sila. Naunawaan po nila yung mensahe ni Pastor. Yun yung takot. Baka makuha nila si Pastor. Walang warrant of arrest. Picture lang ang pinakita. 8. Picture. Kilala niyo ba to? Ganun po nangyari doon sa Kitbog. Tapos, yung asawa niya, the following din, matay yung father. That day din, yung asawa ni William, tinitimpla pa niya ng kape yung mga sundalo. Nanginginig na siya. Nanginginig siya. After a few days, na-stroke. Hindi na si Brother William nakapaglibing sa father niya kasi na-stroke yung asawa niya. Tinulungan namin din nila sa hospital. Dilin naglaon. Sir, namatay din. So, 2 yung namatay doon sa pamilya na yun. Tinulungan namin hanggang ngayon. Tapos yung may bata doon, kasi naano siya, siguro hindi lang talaga kaya i-process ng utak niya. Parang natuliro. Naloko pag may makikita siyang drone, binabato niya. Pag may makikita silang naka-uniform, natatakot sila. Kahit ibon, wala, sir, nasira yung bait. Hindi talaga, hanggang ngayon pinapagamot namin. Hanggang ngayon, namin. Tapos yung sa Glory Mountain naman, may mga footages naman, sir. Yung sinabi nila na nakipaglaban dahil may bolos, natural kasi bundok yun. Glory Mountain yun. After ng prayer, nagpa-farm sila, nag-garden sila. So dala-dala nila yung pang-farm. Bigla ang sinabi nila, ibababa kasi papamedico legal, yung 6 with minors pa. Pero pagdating doon sa Kalinan Police Station, nagtaka na lang yung guardian, pinasuot na sila ng orange. Ginunan sila ng mugshot. Sir, mga innocent yun kasi mga ano din yun, nasa tribo din yun. Tinutulungan lang ni Pastor doon sa bundok. Ganun po. Hindi man lang binasahan ng Miranda rights or what. Ganun lang.
Ilan yun? Ilan?
6 po.
6.
Opo. Marami pa. 6 lang lahat.
Kinasuhan.
Opo. Pinasuot ng orange.
Nasaan sila ngayon?
Nandun pa rin po sa Glory Mountain, pero nandito po yung witness. Kasama po namin.
Nakapag nag-post sila ng bail? Paano sila
So,
ni-release?
Ordinary filing lang po yun. Tapos nirelease din lang po sila, sir, nung hapon.
Okay. Anong kaso nila, attorney? Anong kinaso?
Obstruction of justice daw.
Obstruction of justice ang final nila. Ng
Kasi?
PNP. Kasi
Talaga nag-obstruct sila na hindi makapasok ang pulis? Ganun ginawa nila?
allegedly po, yun ang allegation ng Philippine National Police. Actually, 8 po yung dinala. And then, nung na-realize nila na minors pala yung 2, pinakawalan. And then later, pagdating dun sa police station, pinaila na sila ng kaso po. Sila pala lahat, yung 8 pinaila ng kaso ultimately. Oo.
At least regular filing, hindi in-inquest.
In fairness, regular
Fairness,
filing.
Regular filing. Thank you. Please continue, ma'am.
Okay, so more or less that's what happened last June 10. And hindi lang kasi kung excessive yung pinag-uusapan, hindi lang naman kasi galing sa Region 10 yung lumusob. 10, 11, 12, 13. So, I think yun nga, sinabi na pinagplanuhan, pinag-isipan. At yung nangyari doon ng June 10. Kaya, ang hinihiling lang po namin sa mga honorable natin, na mga malaki po yung respeto namin sa mga police in men in uniform. Pastor has so much high regard for the men in uniform, and we have supported the military and the police ever since. Hinihiling lang namin ang patas na pagdinig at ang maliwanag na yun yung katotohanan at katuwiran po ang mananaig. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Attorney Torion, you have the floor.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen of this August Committee, to the Honorable Chair, Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa, Senator Robin Hood Padilla, Senator Christopher Bongo, maayong buntag kanatong tanan. Peace and blessings to all of us. This is a critical Senate investigation, knowing that June 10, 2024 is considered as a day of infamy, not only for the church members of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ, but for many innocent civilians who were brutalized, traumatized, and lost their loved ones to the callous personnel of PNP, SAF, CIDG, coming from 4 different regional operational groups, who without proper justification, legal basis, nor adherence to due process, forcibly broke into their sacred places and homes, purportedly to serve warrants of arrest to Pastor ACQ Apollo C. Kibuloy and his co-accused. We are talking about innocent civilian men, women, and children who suffered excessive force and brutality in the hands of the police. We are ready with a video to be played so that the people will really know the extent of the violations committed by the PNP in this case, Your Honor.
Yeah, but before you play that, I just would like to short reaction lang sa sinabi mo. If you are worried that your phone is being tapped or monitored, I am also worried with my cell phone. I know. I've been a police officer and I know that my phone is being tapped right now. I am very sure of that. But as to who are these people doing it, I cannot definitely say. And as to the technology that they're using, I cannot definitely say kung ano yung ginagamit na. But I know, feel ko na tinatap yung cellphone ko for a couple of months na. Kung sino may capability niyan, I just don't know kung sino. But I am sure. I'm pretty sure. Okay, pakibigay yung kuhan mo at saka yung i-play na natin itong video mo before alis si Chief NP.
It is ready, Your Honor.
Please go ahead.
Nagkamang-kamang na sila ang uban.
May mga kasama tayong isasama kami para pero may pa-check namin na sigurado walang nangyari sa kanila.
Pause,
Lagi
pause
natin
muna,
sinasabi
pause.
na maximum
Pause.
tolerance po talaga yung ating implement sa paggaganito.
General Marvel, sinong ground commander doon sa yung sa mga Blaan? Sinong ground commander doon? Yung lead, yung officer leading that operation?
The one leading the operation is the Deputy Regional Director for Operations po, sir. Maybe we can, I don't have any list, sir, but the one in charge for the overall is Police Major General Ronald Lee, but I don't have the complete list right now kung sino po yung...
No, yung particular lang doon sa Bilaan area.
Sir-
Yung ground commander doon.
I'll check it, but I don't have it right now po. Maybe in the next po, we
Yeah,
can
please
have it
submit
po.
to this
Apo.
committee ha, the name.
Apo.
Yung lahat ng ground commanders nung apat, ilan ba yun? 5? Apat na lugar. Pakisabit to this committee. Ha?
Yes, sir, Chairman po.
Thank you. Salamat. Please continue.
Itong service of warrants of arrest,
Is that all ng video?
Yes, yung last portion po, kaninang umaga po yun. Iba na naman yun po. They, again, in the guise of service of warrants, they went to an area in a farm near Glory Mountain and Prayer Mountain po. Kaninang umaga lang, kaninang 2 a.m. in the morning.
What was anyone hurt during that operation? Kaya nung umaga?
Ang amin lang pong nakuha na information through our co-counsel there is kinunan po na tinutukan ng baril at kinunan ng cellphone kaya hindi nakatawag po sa amin.
Okay. Sa anong lugar? Attorney?
Tamayong Kalinan, Davao City. Still in the guise of service of warrant of arrest po. Sa farm po, directly near Prayer Mountain and Glory Mountain, in between po.
Thank you. So, go ahead, Senator Robin Padilla.
Aba, maraming salamat po, mahal na tagapangulo. Gusto ko lamang pong linawin kasi lagi pong inuulit ng ating mga bisita na yung tungkol po sa warrant at search warrant, pwede pong pakilinaw. Pakilinaw po ng malinaw para po mas maintindihan po ng ating mga kababayan.
Okay, Senator Robin, akala kasi namin nung June 10, meron silang search warrant. Nung dumating po ako mga 6 o'clock, 6:30, akala ko may search warrant sila kasi nandun na sila sa loob eh. Ang ipinakita sa amin ay warrant of arrest lang pala. Kaya nagsabi ako dun sa lawyer na pinadala nila, Panyera, valid ba yan? Nakaserve na kayo ng warrant na of arrest dito dati 5 times na ata, at saka itong sa Pasig, nakaserve na kayo. Meron pang ang order returning the warrant last June 7 of 2024. Wala daw silang magawa kasi order daw ng kanilang higher ups daw. So, kaya ang ginawa ko, sinamahan ko na lang sila. Kaya medyo mali po yung sabi ni General Torre na hindi daw nakapasok noong June 10. Hindi lang sila nakapasok po, hinahulughog po lahat ng areas, pati nga po doon sa JMC na mga yung school po, yung eskwelahan namin. Pati yung ang graduation namin, hindi na lang tinuloy the next days at saka yung isa, maraming mga parents na hindi nakapunta dahil sa takot po. Hanggang ngayon nga po, yung aming law school ay ginawa na lang namin pong online muna. In-explain namin sa mga estudyante.
Linawin ko po uli. Opo, ibig niyo pong sabihin, wala po silang naipakitang search warrant, warrant of arrest po ang dala nila, pero pinayagan niyo po silang maghalughog.
After po nung nakita po ninyo na meron pong Senator, yung
Order po ng dating Pangulo.
Yes
Nung
po.
sinabi po ng dating Pangulong natin na si Rodrigo Roa Duterte na hayaan nyo silang makapasok ng matiwasay,
Opo.
hinayaan nyo na po sila.
Yes po, at sinamahan ng mga abogado po natin. Pati po ako later.
Sa lahat po yan.
Sa lahat po, hinalughog po lahat ng areas po
Opo.
ng KOJC compound po.
Opo, pwede pong pakiliwanag po, ilan po ang hinalughog? Pinayagan yung halughugin?
In 4 different locations. KOJC Central in Buhangin, Davao City. Glory Mountain po doon sa Tamayong, Kalinan, Davao City. Prayer Mountain, 3 kilometers away from Glory Mountain. At saka sa Kitbug po, Municipality of Malungon, Sarangani Province.
Lahat
So,
po yan walang search warrant.
wala po. Warrant of arrest. Ang problema nga namin po, Senator, is it was done simultaneously. Yung rules kasi natin, if you will, yung napag-aralan ko po, kailangan meron kang probable cause na nandun yung tao or he is reasonably believed to be there. Paano siya nandun in 4 different locations? So kaya nga po, medyo nagre-reklamo kami kasi yung batas po hindi nasunod.
Maraming salamat po. Chairman, pwede po ako magtanong sa Napolcom?
Yes, go ahead.
Apo, Napolcom,